Jolos. And today we're going to create a video presentation. Our topic is entitled Creative and Artistic Function. But wait, do you know what it's all about? Well, I don't know. Maybe Josam and Jillard have an idea. Wait, where are they?
Bro, good morning. How are you? What's up?
What's up, bro?
Bro, do you already saw the video that Juros and Sophia sent in our GC? They asked about the artistic and creative literacy. Should we give it a shot, bro?
We should.
Alright, let's do it.
Let's go.
Artistic literacy is the knowledge and understanding needed to actively engage in the arts. It means not just learning about art forms like music, dance, theater, or visual arts, but actually creating and performing them using real materials like paint, instruments, or clay, and spaces like studios or stages. It focuses in hands-on artistic expression and participation.
Creative literacy involves activities that build creativity and thinking skills. While it supports reading and learning, it mainly helps people express their ideas in new and imaginative ways. Although it may not be directly related to reading and writing, but it encourages innovation, problem solving, and original planning, all essential for learning and communication.
The lessons education can learn from the arts include: first, form and content cannot be separated. This means that the way something is taught, form, shapes what students learn and how they experience it. Means content, the designs of lessons, the teaching methods used, and even the physical environment of schools influence learning outcomes. For example, a hands-on art project helps students understand concepts better than simply reading about them. Thus, teachers must consider both how and what they teach because both are connected. Second, everything interacts. In both art and education, form and content work together. They cannot exist independently. When one changes, the other does too. This teaches educators that learning is not a one-way process. Rather, it involves constant interaction between teaching methods, students' experience, and the environment. Like two sides of a coin, form and content are inseparable. No one's matters. In art, small details such as tone, color, rhythm, or expression can completely change meaning. Similarly in teaching, how something is said or done can influence students' motivation and understanding. A teacher's tone of voice, body language, or manner of giving feedback can make learning either encouraging or discouraging. Paying attention to these subtle details helps create a more meaningful, artistic, and human-centered learning experience.
Surprise is not to be seen as an intruder in the process of inquiry, but as part of the rewards one reaps when working artistically. No surprise, no discovery, no progress. Educators should not resist surprise but create conditions to make it happen. It is one of the most powerful sources of intrinsic satisfaction. Next would be slowing down perception. It's the most promising way to see what is actually there. It is true that we have certain words to designate high levels of intelligence. We describe somebody as being swift, or bright, or sharp, or fast on the pickup. Speed in its swift state is a descriptor for those we call smart. Next is limits of language are not the limits of cognition. We know more than we can tell. In common terms, literacy refers essentially to the ability to read and write. But literacy can be reconceptualized as the creation and use of a form of representation that will enable one to create meaning that will not take the impress of language in its conventional form. In addition, literacy associated with high-level forms of cognition, we tend to think that in order to know, one has to be able to say.
So next is semantic experiences. One of the most important indicators that someone has gotten it right. It is related to the multiple ways in which we represent the world through our multiple forms of literacy. It is the way in which we come to know through the entailments of our body. So semantic experiences refers to the way we understand and connect with the world through our bodily sensations and physical awareness. It is a powerful form of knowing and understand our emotions or events not just intellectually but through how they feel in our body. So this kind of embodied understanding complement other form of literacy and help us recognize when something truly resonates or feels right. So some example of semantic experiences: the sensation of warmth or touch, the taste of our favorite food, the sound of our loved ones, and the feeling of movement.
Open-ended tasks permit the exercise of imagination. An exercise of the imagination is one of the most important of human aptitudes. It is imagination, not necessity, that is the mother of invention. Imagination is the source of new possibilities. In the arts, imagination is primary virtue. So, it should be in the teaching of mathematics, in all of the sciences, in history, and indeed in virtually all the humans create. This achievement would require for its realization a culture of schooling in which the imaginative aspects of the human condition were made possible.
So hi everyone, Sophia's here. In my part, I'll be tackling about characterizing artistically literate individuals. So the first characteristics is about use a variety of artistic media, symbols, and metaphors to communicate their own ideas and respond to the artistic communication of others. So in these characteristics, it is about using different forms of artistic function such as painting, music, dance, sculpture, digital art, and more to convey personal thoughts, emotions, and perspectives. So the next one is about develop creative personal realization, at least one art form in which they continue active involvement as an adult. So in this part, it's all about discovering and nurturing one's artistic identity through a specific art form, whether it would be a music, painting, dance, theater, writing, or any other creative discipline. So the next one is all about cultivate culture, history, and other connections through diverse form and genres of artwork. So in this part, it's all about transformative power of the arts and deepening our understanding of culture in history and human experience. It's also about engaging in the art offers profound personal benefits. It brings joy, sparks inspiration, provides peace and emotional release. And lastly is seek artistic experiences and support the arts in their communities. So in this characteristic, it emphasizes the value of actively engaging with the arts and contributing to the creative life of one's community. So seeking artistic experiences such as attending performances, visiting galleries, or participating in workshops or creating art, it is allow individuals to connect with diverse forms of expression and gain deeper appreciation for creativity.
Sir Ken Robinson was a famous speaker and educator who believed that schools should help students become more creative. In his TED Talks, he explained how the current education system often stops students from using their imagination and developing their creative talents. Robinson believed that creativity is just as important as literacy and that every child has creative potential. But many schools, because of how they are designed, make it hard for students to be creative. Robinson pointed out several big problems in how schools teach. Number one, fear of mistakes. In many schools, making mistakes is seen as bad. Students are afraid to try new things because they don't want to be wrong. This fear stops creativity because being creative means trying, failing, and learning. Number two, subject hierarchy. Schools often treat some subjects as more important than others. Math and languages are at the top, while art, music, and dance are at the bottom. This makes students who are good in creative subjects feel less valued. Number 3. Focus on academic ability. Intelligence is often measured by test scores and grades. Students are trained to pass exams, not to think creatively or solve problems in new ways. Robinson said this view of intelligence is too narrow. Robinson didn't just talk about problems. He also gave ideas for how schools can improve. He encouraged teachers and leaders to, number one, support student well-being. Education should care about the whole child, not just their academic success. Students should feel safe, happy, and confident in school. Number 2, treat all subjects equally. Art, music, drama, and physical education should be valued just like math and science. Every subject can help students grow and express themselves. Number 3, make learning exciting. Teachers should help students stay curious. Learning should be fun, interesting, and full of discovery. Number 4, help students be creative. Schools should give students time and space to explore ideas. Creativity should be part of every subject, not just arts. Number 5, understand intelligence as diverse. Intelligence is not just about academics. People are smart in different ways, some in music, some in movement, and some in social skills. Robinson said intelligence is diverse, dynamic, and distinct, unique to each person. Overall, Ken Robinson's ideas challenge us to think differently about education. He believed that every child is born with creative potential, but schools often limit it. To truly help students grow, we need to change how we teach. That means valuing all subjects, encouraging curiosity, and helping students feel confident to try new things, even if they make mistakes. Here are some ways to promote creativity in our classroom. Embrace creativity as part of learning. Creativity should be part of everyday learning, not something extra. Participate in or create a program to develop creative skills. Teachers can join or create programs to help students build creative skills. Consider how classroom assignments use divergent and convergent thinking. Classroom tasks should use both divergent thinking and convergent thinking. Use a cultural artifact. Using cultural artifacts like art, stories, or traditions can inspire new ideas. Gather outside resources. Outside resources like books, videos, or guest speakers make learning more creative. Allow space for creativity. Students need time and space to explore their own ideas freely. Consider the work of current experts in the field. Studying creative experts helps students see how creativity works in real life. Explore different cultures. Learning about different cultures expands students' thinking and imagination. Find ways to incorporate and integrate art, music, and culture. Art, music, and culture can be added to any subject to make it more engaging. Tapping into multiple intelligence is key. Teaching should support different types of intelligence, not just academic skills. Teach creative skills explicitly. Creative skills like brainstorming and designing should be taught step by step.